Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Fab's in the house. And today I've got the Rike Knives Tulay here with me for a review, and we're gonna analyze the look, the sound, and the feel of this guy. But first of all, let's check out some measurement, because this is not a small boy at all. Look at this, almost 9 inches long, 8.75 when open, with a, I would say, almost like 5-inch long handle. Of course, 4-inch long blade. So let's see how this compares up against some big boys. For example, this is the Ontario Rat number 1. This guy is bigger than that. Ontario Rat number 2, look at that, dwarfed by the Tulay. Another big knife is the Paramilitary 2 by Spyderco, and you can see, yeah, it's bigger than that. So, for example, check it out up against the Para 3, also from Spyderco. Yeah, it's a big boy. Let's see this guy. This is the Custom Knife Factory Snafu 2.0, which is kind of like the same size. Yeah, so another big boy right over here. Like, for example, another absolutely phenomenal knife. This is the Shirogorov F3NS, and this is 8.75 as well, overall length. Another very, very cool one. This is the ZT0055 Gustavo Cecchini design, and again, not a big boy, not a small boy. And also what we have over here is the Koenig Knives Arius, and you can see that this is smaller than that. Also from Koenig, since we have it here, let's do the up against the Mini Goblin, and another classic Chris Reeve Knives large Sebenza 21. See, 3.6-inch blade, how it looks compared to this Tulay. So this is not a small boy. It's pretty big, but it's beautiful, guys. I was actually really positively surprised by this one. So first of all, this is made in China. It's around $150 US. So it's an inexpensive one because this is the first integral G10 handle knife. I actually don't know of other G10 integrals, so if I'm wrong, please let me know down in the comment below, because this is a pretty cool design. It's very nice. I was surprised, actually. It's well made, guys. I have to say it. It's big. It's nicely designed. It has so many good things going on that I don't even know where to start. Let's start from the handle. I mean, this is G10 integral handle. So it's a chunk of G10 milled out internally, right over here, to create some space to allocate the blade, basically. And then this is a liner lock. In fact, you see there's a liner. It's a partial liner screwed in from the outside, of course, to create a lock bar over here. Lock bar relief, it's right there. Very, very nice. And then you have some carbon fiber inlays, which are nicely inlaid. You can see there are a little bit, some gaps, like right there, and a little bit right there. Back is perfect. But I mean, it's a $150 knife, guys. I was surprised, positively. Also, there's some nice milled out grooves going on over here. This comes also like in nice red, nice yellow, and in those versions you can see kind of like some topographic pattern going on because of the way this guy is milled out. So you can see actually the layers like moving and changing as the contouring is going on. But look at the milling. I mean, look at these lines, how they have been milled out over here. Look at the back. This is nicely done, guys. I mean, look at this detail here. This is a plate. I wish they would give some other plate, because if you don't want the clip, because without the clip, guys, this is gonna look so cool. It's gonna be beautiful. So you can have like a nice plate to, like they do with the Sebenza or other knives like XM18, to have it flush and clipless. I would love that. So basically, this is a very, very nicely made knife. It's of course integral. Okay, there's no lanyard hole. no need for that. You only have this deep carry pocket clip. You have stainless steel lock bar, detent ball right there, so there's no need for lock face insert. There's a cutout here in order for you to access and disengage the lock bar. Pretty easy. I would have preferred maybe some jimping going on, maybe to keep these lines maybe over here to give a little bit more traction, but it actually works pretty well. There's no need, of course, for any lock bar stabilizer or any trick because it's a liner lock. So naturally, this handle is going to stabilize the liner. So you're not going to be able to overextend this guy. Really, really clever solution. I think, I don't know, but it's very, very nicely designed to me. Also, I like the fact that they have a deep carry pocket clip going on. Probably the fact that this is mirror polished, it's not ideal because you have a pretty matte overall knife, and this stands out a lot. So you have, of course, like a matte bead blasted blade. This is not shiny, not polished, it's matte G10, and boom, you have this pretty shiny clip going on. Which is, I mean, deep carry. It's stainless steel, has right amount of tension, has a nice clip ramp which goes down, so it's not gonna create any hot spots in your hand. It's tip-up carry only. It's not reversible, I think. I didn't try. Looks like you might be able to remove this guy, but I removed the clip, but I wasn't able to remove this guy. But again, if I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. It's not ambidextrous, and it is very nicely designed. I like all these lines over here. I really like the inlays, how they are tapering down, and there's this middle line going on over here. It's really cool, I think. The blade also is very nice. This is 154 CP steel, 4-inch long blade. There's some nice thumb ramp going on with some rounded off jimping, which is actually functional. And then you have a nice swedge going on almost up to the tip of the blade, right over here. So it thins down, reduces the weight, but keeps the strength in the middle of the blade, which is a very, very thin stock for a blade this long. Guys, this is very interesting. For example, let's compare it with the PM2. It's thinner than the PM2. So this is going to be a pretty sick slicer, guys. Very, very nice indeed. You have 30% of belly and then straight edge up to the sharpening choil, which, by the way, it resembles a little bit, like in the plunge grind, something like this. What do you think? You see some resemblance? Also, like in the shape of the blade, I see some similarities. I mean, here you have a thumb ramp and then it tapers down, but this area here, to me, is pretty similar. And the plunge grind like that, this is a Shirogorov plunge grind, 100%. Also, I like this flipper tab. It's functional only, like, not for push button. Like, it's not gonna happen. You can't do push button over here. Only light switch. And so I don't understand why there's jimping going on in this side over here. You're not gonna be able to use this jimping going on over here, so only on the top. So I don't know. And it's a new design with a hole and completely rounded off. So it's nice, I get it. It's a nice and cool touch. Like, see, there's this little thing, but it's just for light switch. There's no option to do any kind of push button over here. Also, like the edge profile and the grind symmetry are pretty spot on. You can check the side where it ends, and it's the same, so it's very, very symmetric. I appreciate that. I like how the swedge intersects this grind of the main bevel, the primary bevel right over here. Very, very cool. You have, of course, 154 cm steel, number 720, 712, which is the serial number, I assume, and Tulay written over here. So there's a minimal billboarding going on, which I appreciate. Minimal also spine crown, actually not really. There's some chamfering going on the edges of the jimping going on right here. And I like these lines, how they actually kind of connects with the jimping right there. Also, what is very, very nice about this guy is the sound. Hear this. I mean, how cool is this? This is loud when it closes and when it opens. It's a pretty solid and percussive cluck and kind of like a thud when you close it. But I mean, it's very loud. And I found that most of the integrals I have, they exhibit this kind of sound. For example, this is the Custom Knife Factory, and it has a, I mean, distinctive closing sound, 100%. But when you open it, there's like a deep kind of cluck, which I find also in this guy. And I suspect it's because the nature of the handle being like enclosed, it traps the sound on the inside and creates some resonance that you have a very unique sound when you close it and when you open it. So it's resounding in this way and in this way. Very, very interesting. Also, what is very interesting about this guy is the weight. This is 3.6 ounces. I mean, this guy is heavier than this. Yeah, the Mini Goblin is 3.7 ounces. Beautiful knife, but it's heavier than this big boy. It's 3.6 ounces, so they did an amazing job in keeping the weight down and still having some very, very sturdy body with the liner lock design like this. Really, really cool. I love this finger groove going on over here. It has a very nice grip. It's beautiful. There's a little bit of hotspot created in this point over here for me, but nonetheless, the grip is very solid, very nice. I like the thumb ramp going up, therefore my thumb is gonna be nicely positioned like in that way. Of course, beautiful, beautiful choke up grip like this. Look at that. Nice amount of handle sticking out. Beautiful finger guard created like by the finger groove and the flipper tab, and like this feels like absolutely solid for stabbing. Very, very cool. Overall grip, guys. I mean, you can feel this is a solid and super sturdy and robust handle. Of course, the texture is nice because there's these ridges milled out, which are gonna give you nice grip to the handle. And overall, I see just these two gaps over here in the inlays, which are not a huge deal for the price. You also have this nice plate around the pivot, which has nicely blue anodized titanium pivot collar over here and over here, with the logo going on the inside. So fit and finish on this guy is spot on. I mean, it's pretty nice. Clip ramp is good. The tension is nice. I mean, it's polished clip, yeah, I get it, but it is what it is. But deployment speed is super fast. You're gonna have some finger sore if you just try to do the push button, but just forget about that. Just do the light switch and this bad boy is just gonna whip open like crazy. And there's actually some, I would say, medium strong detent going on over here. Pretty safe tip enclosed right over there. You see, no way you're gonna be able to touch that or to touch the heel of the blade right over there. Pretty nicely designed. It's running on bearings. It's very smooth in the opening. When you disengage the lock bar, this guy just is free falling. There's no guillotine effect. You have to wiggle a little bit. I don't know if this is brand new, so it still needs to be broken in, but it is what it is. And overall, it's a very nicely designed knife. I mean, the look is pretty good. Sound, oof, it's pretty nice. It's very strong and unique. The ergos are very, very good as well. So overall, I really like this guy. So there you have it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, and thanks for watching. Stay tuned.